expectant? Does someone want to learn something new today? What are your expectations this morning? What are your expectations this morning? Are you expectant? Are you like, will this morning be my morning? You know, sometimes well, like for instance, sometimes when we go to church, you're asking, is this morning my morning? Is this Sunday my Sunday? Is today my day? Okay, let's say, what will make it your days that you open your mind? You open your mind. Oh, your cup is empty. I can imagine. I mean, don't worry, we are going to fill it up by God's grace, and then it's going to overflow. Just get an extra cup because one cup won't be enough for you to collect. Okay. Let me share my screen right there. How many of us are with our notes? Let me see. How many of us are with our notes? Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Wachuko, I can see yours. Yes. Who else? Pano Rebecca, I can see some people raising their notes. John, that your note is looking like the one they gave you in the wedding you attended last week. Oh, no. Adewale John, correct. Okay. Asada Masa, good. Jumai, correct. Quinozi, nice note. Destiny, yes. Who else? All you that are coming here with, okay, Grace, I can see Grace. Tenacious, yes. Miriam, yes. Who else? Okay, the game changers. I can see yours. Faith team. All you that are still lying down on their bed on a Monday morning by 8 o'clock. Somebody said it's your destiny that is knocking on your door now. Eh? If you don't have a note and you are coming here, what have you come to do? To see our beautiful and handsome faces. Better get your note. Okay? Better get your note because you're going to learn some amazing things this morning. Hmm? Okay, let me share my screen. If you are ready, type in the chat room, I am ready. I am ready. Okay, if you are ready, type in the chat room, I am ready. If you are ready, type in the chat room, I am ready. I am good to go. I want to learn. I am ready. I am ready. Okay, good. Okay, looking at our business, looking at the project we are running, the 21st Century CEO, it promises a lot of perks here and there. It promises to give us so many benefits. It promises to have so many advantages to us, right? Am I correct? So many advantages. What are the possible benefits of becoming a success, say 21st Century CEO? I want to see your comments in the chat room. What are the benefits? What are the advantages? Okay, what are the benefits of succeeding? I think that's the word. What are the gains? What are the perks? What do I stand? What do you stand to benefit by succeeding as a 21st Century CEO? I want to see your comments in the chat room. Why do you trial? Why do you work hard? Why do you show up? Why do you work the business project, the 21st Century CEO? Why is that? Why? What are the benefits you anticipate? What are the good things you are hoping, you are expecting to achieve? Yes, I want to see your comments in the chat room. Some say financial freedom, help the helpless, living a life of fulfillment, freedom, people I will help and the person I'll become. Okay, financial freedom, yes. I want to see let's make this really interactive. Don't just sit back and listen to me. Participate, okay? Yes, what are your expectations? What are your hope, the things you hope to gain becoming successful when you become successful in this business? Personal growth, exactly. Okay, financial freedom, yes. Independent of Nigerian economy, amazing, yes. Living a fulfilled life, wealthy, nice, good. Now, these are many more are the things we anticipate. And I tell you, from the track record of people who have created success in this business, we have seen people move from what they cannot call a home to a home. We can see the business having the ability, the enablement to give people that dream home of theirs. We can see it doing it. We believe in this becoming a possibility for us. For some people, among many other things, the goal is this, to drive that dream car. You know, yesterday, something just came to mind. I said, a time will come when I will choose the car to drive by the type of clothes I'm wearing. Has anybody thought of something like that before? That just yesterday morning, I said, a time will come when I will decide the type of, how do I go out for the day based on the type of clothes I am wearing, or maybe even the color. Has anybody thought wildly like that ever before? Please, for those of you who will say, why will you have as many cars as possible, to the point of deciding the car to drive by the type of clothes you wear? Please, I know vanity upon vanity, but I like that type of vanity. God that produced it and has given us the ability to have it. God is still alive. Leave me and what I will do to God. Don't be my judge. But I'm telling you how wild I have actually thought that. This was just yesterday, like, I'm wearing a lemon shoe, or a lemon green shoe. I should actually be driving a lemon green Ferrari today. That's what I want to drive, and I already have it. Today, I decide to wear a leather boot, a brown leather boot. So I wear a brown leather jacket and ride my Black Eagle. So that's what I want to do today. It's like, to that point, and I see that becoming possible through the business. I see that becoming possible. For some of us, one of the things we have imagined is traveling around the world. We believe that in the business having the ability to help us to have breakfast in Nigeria, to have lunch in London. Has anybody ever imagined that? No, for real, forget the talk. You have breakfast in Nigeria, and in the next 6 hours, do you know that from Nigeria to London is only 6 hours? Why some people do it in 17 hours is because the money to enter British Airways no day. Some of us don't know it. Yes, British Airways from Nigeria to London is only 6 hours. That means you can actually have breakfast here. Finish your breakfast at 7. The flight will take off 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. By 1:30, you are having your lunch in London. Oh, good. It's not, can somebody feel the vibes? This is the anticipation. This is the hope. Now, if you don't have the money to do that, you can't. You don't imagine it alive. But these are the perks, these are the benefits, these are the advantages that the business can give us. These are the things that can become ours. These are the things that we can do. Now, let me tell you how close we are to actually living this life. You can, with an income of 1 million in a month, 2 million in a month, 3 million in a month. Yes, you can. How much is British Airways? How much is British Airways? So these and many more are the things we imagine that can become our reality. So this can become the thing that I bring into my life. I can go to a shop to buy something I need, and I don't have to ask the price first. I choose what I want and pay what they say the price is. Have you ever done shopping like that before? I choose what I want and I pay what the price is, rather than I find out what the price is and it will determine whether I will buy or not. This business has the ability to help us to put smiles on the faces of people out there who have lost hope. There is this thing I saw yesterday. It touched my heart. Like it went down. I saw a cultural group made up of one adult and about 10 children. Now, these children were playing the piano using stick. I think Jerome Adebayo will know it because Jerome is following that Instagram page. It gave me chills. No, when I saw those children name any song, what I call it, organist or xylophonist, I don't know what they call it, but the lead person there, the girl is the girl is not up to 10. But you needed to see what that girl was doing with sticks. No, you needed to do what with sticks. No, you needed to listen to the melody she was bringing out with sticks. I'm like, where in Africa is this happening? And people are not aware, only to find out that it's happening at our backyard here in Akwa Ibom. I'm like, what? No, this is a cause that should be funded. This is a cause that should be promoted. This is a cause that should be given the light of the day. But my brother, my sister, thinking of how best we can support, how best we can come in, how best we can promote these talents to help them to become things that you needed to see those kids, what they were doing. Oh, goodness me. It was mind-breaking. The question is this: these are things that we can help to become. How do I explain? Cultures that can stand the test of time. But the question is this: will it make sense for you to fund such a thing if your business is not working? The answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is no. So looking at all these benefits that accrue to us, and knowing fully well that these benefits will not become ours if we don't do the activities. These benefits will not come to us if we don't make the money from the business. We cannot enjoy these things. We cannot travel around the world, have lunch in Santorini, Greece, and then move from there to Paris, and from there decide to end it all at Mexico Beach, at Cancun, Mexico. No, these things we know cannot happen when we don't make the money from the business. Am I communicating? Yes, we can't. We can't have them. How can we make money in the business when we don't show people the business? Do we do that? How does the money come? Now, let me tell you one thing I have discovered. People give out their money on certain circumstances. Number one circumstance that makes people give out their money is if they are deceived. When people are deceived, when they are not shown the whole fact of the gist, people tend to actually give out their money because they didn't know any better. Now, in that scenario, when they realize that they have been deceived, what happens? They won't want to go back to the person that gave them that deception. They won't want to go back to the person who caused them to lose money. They gave out that money not willingly because they were not truly aware of the intricacies involved in giving that. In such a scenario, they will never want to do anything with us ever if we deceive them into getting their money. Another way that people give out their money, when they give it out voluntarily in hope for a gain, in hope that, okay, I know what is involved and I am ready to do something to make it happen. Now, I'm ready to take an action. I'm ready to take some steps so that I can make this money work for me. Now, when people understand that there is nothing like nothing for something, when that they need to take action to do something, and they still find it hard to take the action, we begin to wonder, They know that they are supposed to take action. They know they are supposed to send SMS. They know they are supposed to invite people. They know they are supposed to make some calls. They know they are supposed to resource in the business by doing certain things. Why then are they not taking the actions? Is there anybody here who today, as at today, is still in doubt that people must see the presentation before they sign up into the business? Is there anybody who is in doubt of that? Is there anybody here who is not aware that for me to even have people to show the business, I might need to make some invitations? Is there anybody who is not aware of that? Is there anybody who is not aware also that for me to be able to have people to invite to show them the business, to stand the chance of having them to join the business, I need to find those people. I need to prospect those people. Is there anybody here who is in denial or in doubt that I need to find these prospects before I can invite them? I need to invite them before I can show them a presentation. I need to show them a presentation before they can decide if they will do the business or not. Now, we who have known that we need to do these actions, why then is it hard to take this action? Despite the fact that we voluntarily came into the business, knowing fully well that we are meant to take these actions. Why is it hard? That despite all this information and knowledge we have, we still don't take the actions. There are so many reasons why people don't take action. The other day, I think last week, Monday, we tried to talk about some of the reasons why people don't take action. How many of us remember some of the things that cause us not to take action? How many of us know or have been able to identify some of those things that stop us from taking action? Let's see your comments in the chat room. Somebody said fear. Fear. Wow. Why is everybody saying fear? Fear, fear. Why are we not taking action? Is it just fear? Laziness? Okay. Election alternatives? Mental laziness? Ongoing election? Why don't we take action? Why don't we take action? Options, procrastination, alternatives and laziness, weak mindset, ignorance, lack of knowledge, yeah? Bad association, distractions, lack of so many things. Now, I was just thinking, I was just meditating on why is it that despite the fact that we know what we need to do, we don't do them. I was actually meditating on it and God opened my mind to something. And this is what it is. The number one reason why people don't take action on the things they know exactly what to do is fear. 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 Fear is the number one reason why so many of us find it hard to take action. So many of us, when we lift up that phone to make that call, when we lift up that phone to send a message, it dawns on us like a cloud that is so heavy, the cloud of fear. It stalls us first from seeing the benefits over the challenges. And this stalling in seeing the benefits over the challenges forces us to give in to the fear that makes us not to do the things we already know how best to do. Now, these fears come in different forms, in different weights, and from different dimensions. And my goal this morning is this, to help you figure out the best ways to overcome this fear. Has any of you here tried to do any activity and you found it very hard, and you sat down to think about it and you discover that you were afraid of taking that action? Has such a thing happened to anyone here in the business? You wanted to go out and prospect, but some form of fear just overtook you, and that day you ended up not prospecting. Have you ever wanted to make invitation calls, and in some way and in some form, You ended up now making that call. And as you sat back at the end of the day, very furious with yourself, despite the determination you made that I'm going to make some calls, you are now asking yourself, and only to find out that I was actually afraid of making the call. Have you ever had a set of people you could show the business, and all of a sudden you discover that I didn't show this person the business because in some way and in some form, in some angle and in some weight, some level of fear overcame me? Have you ever tried to follow up on someone and you procrastinated on following up? You said, let me do it tomorrow so that this person will be settled at home. Let me do this follow-up when this person has gotten home. Let me do this follow-up when the person has received salary. Let me do this follow-up when I know this person will be happy, rather than just making the follow-up call. Fear. They come in different dimensions, in different forms. Number one thing I want you to have at the back of your mind is this, that fear is not real. Fear is simply that false illusion we nurture in our mind that makes us not to do the things we know how to do, the things we can do. Now, let's look at some of the things that we are so afraid of. Some of the things that we are fearful of. Some of the things that stop us from taking action in our business. Number one, topmost on the list is what? The fear of rejection. So many of us have come to that point where we find it so hard these days to take any action on our business. Why? Because we remember the story that Chikamso told of how she was rejected. We remember the story that so-so person told. We remember our own story that so-so person told, how he or she was rejected. And we are about to do the thing that they did and got rejected, and we tell ourselves, why do I want to intentionally put myself in this path where I know I stand a chance to be rejected? And what happens? Our shoe will become heavy. We can't go out anymore. In our minds, we are calling down the rains to fall so that we have it as a justifiable reason why we won't go out to prospect. In our minds, has it happened to anyone here that you pick your phone and you want to call someone to invite the person to a presentation, and at the back of your mind, you are somehow not hoping, but somehow anticipating that the network will not pull through. So the moment you dial the person's number and you hear the number you have called is temporarily unable to pick call, you say, hey, I say the person is not available. And then you go on your list, you write N-A. Has this happened to anyone here? Be sincere. You're at the back of your mind. You're okay, this one, right, this one. They put his name as Chief Johnson, Okereke, or women leader, and in your mind, okay, this one. Hey, do I know the caliber of this person? And you dial, the moment you dial the phone and you hear the number you've called is temporarily out of service area, please call back again. Yeah, before they finish talking, the operator finish talking, you have cut the call. It's not available. It's not available. And you quickly go to the name and write, not available. Has it happened to anyone? Fear of rejection. You don't want to go through it. It's as if your mind is already creating what you don't want to happen. You want the person to pick a call. You want the person to show up. You want them to sign up into the business. But you're so afraid that this person will give me what I don't want to hear. This person will tell me what I don't want to know. This person will tell me what I don't want to hear from them. And then you're so afraid of taking action. Fear of rejection. Fear that they tell you, no, this thing doesn't make sense. No, this thing is also, you're one of them. So you have falling, you want to send that text message and you feel, if I send this recommendation text message to this guy now, this person will tell me, so you have stood so low, a lecturer like you, a senior banker like you, a respected senior citizen, you are now to the law of recommending people to this kind of business. You don't want them to reject you. So what do you tell yourself? I will get back to them when I make money. I will get back to them when I make money. When I buy my car, I will get back to them. Only for you, 1 month after, the person you are afraid of reaching out to sends you a message inviting you to their house to come and listen to a presentation. And what won? The fear of rejection. And I want to tell you today, you're not the only one that this thing has happened to. To me, to so many other people, to every person you've seen in the business. The fear of rejection. What's another form of thing, or another thing that has forced us, that we are so fearful of, that has stopped us from becoming our best, doing the things that makes it so hard for us to take action in the business? Is the fear of losing acceptance from people who are important to us. Aish. The fear of losing acceptance from the people who are important to us. There are people around us whose opinion about our lives mean a lot to us. What they think about who we are, what they have in their minds about us means so much to us. And as we want to delve into this business, give it our all, because they don't see the value, the sense in what we are doing. We are so afraid of losing the acceptance, the warm hug, the person they have been to us. We are so scared of losing that. It should we let them know that we are deep neck down in this business. Have you ever wanted to reach out to someone and you realize that that person visited you last week about a text message you received, and you told the person, so this is what you're doing. You have joined this scam thing. I beg, don't call me again. And today, that person is someone you respect so much. That person is someone that means the world to you. And you are on the verge of sending the same message the person talked down on from you to the person. And you're worried, what if I send this message and this person stops being my friend? What if I send this message and this person feels, do you know that what makes some of us to lose steam? It's not because of what people said. It's about the people that said it to us, because of how much we hold them in our lives. Let me say that again. Why things are heavy, why the feedbacks we get from people hit us really hard, it's not necessarily because of the things that are said to us or the way people react to us, but because of how dearly or the degree to which we hold the person that said or did that thing to us. If you're passing on the streets and that man says to you, "Waka, see your head like goats," does it get to you really? No, it doesn't. It's an Aburu guy. What is he to you? Who is he to you? But imagine that your boss in the office, who you slave for, who you give the best of you every time, insults you in that same dimension. Which one will hurt you the most? Imagine that your girlfriend, your spouse, tells you such a thing, someone you hold so dearly. What hurts is that is not just what was said, but the person from whom it came. And this affects so many. We're so scared of losing the person we are. We're so scared of losing the position we occupy in people's life. We are so scared of losing our circle of influence when they find out that this is the business we are doing. And because we don't want to lose the acceptance we have in their circle, we don't take action. We hold back on those things we are so much aware that helps us to achieve results in the business. Oh, someone said it happened to me yesterday. He didn't even listen to me. Can somebody relate with what I'm sharing here? Has the fear of losing acceptance from people that mean a lot to you stopped you from taking action? Has it slowed you down on taking action? Has it stood in between you and your ability to do those things you know very well that will help you to create results in the business? So it's not just the fear of rejection. For some of us, deep within ourselves, what has stopped us from taking action is because we are fearful, we are afraid of losing acceptance from the things, from the people that mean a lot to us. Another thing that stops people from taking action is the fear of taking the lead. So many of us, if not all of us, all our lives have led the life where we do as we are instructed. We do as we are advised. Consequences are put in place already, even before the action is given. If you don't brush your teeth, Momsi will flog you. So the reason why we brushed our teeth when we were young was not because our mouths will smell. No, that was not a consideration. The consideration for brushing the teeth at 4 years, at 5 years, at 6 years old was because if you not brush, and Momsi found out that you had breakfast without brushing your teeth, what will happen? Bolala will come out and then you will receive some wiping. So whenever you remember the wiping that will come, if you don't brush your teeth, what happens? You go and brush your teeth. Consequence. Growing up in school, there is a time for resuming to classes. Assembly must go on at a particular time. If you do not, there will be punishment. You will cut grass in V form. So when you remember cutting grass in V form, nobody will tell you that, man, once it's 7:45, you're already in assembly ground. We started walking and we realized that, oh, if we resume by 7:30 or 8 o'clock, as the case may be, there is a query waiting for us. So what happens? Consequences have been there, put in check to force us to take action without anybody verbally reminding us. Now, when we come to this business forces us to take the lead. And so many of us have never taken the lead. So many of us have never been self-driven that they take the lead. Now, let's listen to this. Look in your class in secondary school. How many people in your class paid their school fees by themselves? How many people in your class in the university paid their tuition by themselves? In an entire class of 80, maybe one person, two people, or maybe nobody even. So taking the lead and taking charge has not been something that we were used to, or something we learned, or something that we have acclimatized to. No. And now this business demands of us that, hey, you have been told what to do. You already know what to do. You need to sit down and send the message, whether somebody is watching or not. You are in the office, you need to make that call. You have to sit there, you have to be the one that will make that call. You are the one that will follow up on that prospect or show up at Thursday Learning Series. Nobody has to remind you have to do that. You now have moved or been moved by the virtue of being in this business to be the person who takes the lead rather than the person who follows the lead. And you're finding it hard to take the lead. You're finding it hard to be the person who stands on limelight. So many of us all our life have been people who stay at the back of the stage. That has been my scenario. I have never really been a stage person. I have never been the person that all eyes are on. No, I have the person who looks, the person who watches those who are on stage, the person who watches those who take the fall. And this business now puts me in that position where I have to be the one who takes the lead, where I have to be the one who is looked at, where I have to be the one who is now conscious about everything you have to do because I have to take the lead. So I can tell you very well, having been there, that I see this a big hindrance stopping people from taking action. There are so many people today listening to the sound of my voice today whose businesses would have grown bigger than they are if they have gone to a new location to build a business. But they are looking for who will go there first so that they will follow. There are people who would have signed up that super leader in their team if they had prospected that person, but they are waiting for that person to come to them. They're waiting for that person to tell them, what is it you're doing? Let me join you. There are those people today who would have achieved greater results, who would have signed up mega verses if they have taken the bull, owned up to it and told someone, why would you just settle for a silver package? Go for the mega verse because that will enable you to achieve better results. Taking the lead. We have been so afraid of taking the lead because we have not been used to it. It's not something we have been trained to do. Our training, our formation has not formed us to take the lead, to take chances and to take shots and be the limelight person. And so many of us don't even know till today, till this moment, that is the reason why we find it so hard to take action. I will make a call if my leaders, I will invite people if my leader organizes an event, rather than you being the person that organized the event and say, my leader, come and close down for me. What I'm saying, is it happening to anyone? I would have loved to go to this location and build, though, but I'm waiting for my leader. I'm waiting for the team to set up an office there, rather than you being the one to go in there and starting up an office in that location. Taking the lead, the fear of taking the lead. The fear of being the person who is now in charge, the fear of you being the one that that puts on himself, on herself, consequences for not taking the lead. The fear of being in charge, the fear of being held responsible. Can anybody here identify? Can anybody here have found themselves as that person who has been so afraid of taking the lead? This is a fear that has stopped a lot of us from taking action. Another fear that is stopping so many of us from taking action, especially recently, is the economic situation. What will happen to Nigeria in the next 1 month? Why am I even pushing and pushing hard? Why am I sure that people out there will still have a reason to do the business? People are not zealous about building a fortune anymore. They are only interested in surviving and eating. What will happen when the next president is sworn into power? I beg, things will go from bad to worse. The price of fuel will go to 500 naira per liter. Subsidy will be removed by June, and currently we are buying fuel at 500 naira per liter. Or at normal filling stations. When the official price becomes 500, fuel we get to 1,000. How do we? I beg, I have given up. In fact, I don't even know. I'm just living by. I'm just marking time. We are allowing the fear of what the economy holds or what it possibly holds. What it possibly holds. We are allowing that fear to stop us from even taking action in the business. Some people have not made a single invitation in the last 3 weeks. Why? Because they are scared of what the outcome of the presidential election will be. Some people, because their candidate did not win, have not followed up on the people they signed up to help them to sign up people in the business, to help them get started properly, because they are like, since this person is now president-elect, it's finished for the Nigerian economy. The question is this: has the new president taken effect? Has anybody been sworn in yet? Why are you crying for a debt that has not occurred? Why are you crying for a milk that is not yet spilled? Why are you crying for an empire that has not yet fallen? Why are you making your problem double? Why are you allowing the fear of what may not happen to be what stops you from taking action? I want you to take a moment and look inward and find out what is that thing that stopped me from gunning for the I Emerge project? What is that thing that stopped me in the past 2 weeks from running a big event as I used to do? What is that thing that slowed me down, that have slowed me down? What is that thing that is false that I have accepted to become a reality that is stopping me from? What is it about the economy? Why am I listening? I was with someone yesterday. I was talking with the guy, and the guy told me, my brother, this Nigeria, it don't tire me. In my mind, I didn't want to sound like someone who is not aware of what is going on. I kept telling him, my brother, I believe things will be positive. I'm just keeping a positive mind. I can't join him in saying Nigeria is finished. No, my Nigeria is not finished. No, it can't be finished. How? No, how can it be finished? I'm still alive and here. No, it can't be finished. Those that their own is finished have relocated to yonder. But for us that are still here, God is not done with us now. It's not done. And I tell you this, and I can say this anywhere. I don't care. It matters to me who becomes president, but I tell you, it does not. I don't dwell on it that it affects what I can. No, I don't even enroll in that school of thought. I decide not to participate. No, I will not participate. I choose not to. Because the reason is this. I was listening to something. Where did I say it? He said, see, no matter who becomes the leader of any nation, or the leader of Nigeria, the best any of them can do, the very best any of them can do is to create an enabling ground. If the leader creates an enabling ground, it is for companies, it's for organizations, it's for individuals to use that enabling ground to grow a thriving business. Am I correct? What this means is this. If when an enabling ground, once an enabling ground is created, if you do anything, it will be as bad as if there is no enabling ground. So why can't we focus on what we can control and leave the fear that is just false, a false thing that we have accepted to become our reality? Because the economy, what can we do to change it individually that some of us have not done? Have you voted for the person you feel should be the candidate of choice? Did you go out there to fulfill your civic duties? So why are you crying and allowing the things that are beyond your control for now to affect the life you live? The economic situation. So many of us are no longer doing the activities in the business because we have given in to the possible, probable things that can happen in the economy. Some of us, why we don't take action is because of the fear of success. If I climb the stage as an Amazon ambassador, can I sustain 500,000 the following month? If I climb the stage as a Fortune 500K, will I make 500,000 next month? They will see me on stage and the next one I won't be there. You achieve success and you jeopardize the success with your mindset. The fear of success. The fear of success have killed and kept a lot of people at the level they are currently, more than the fear of failure. The fear of not having what it takes to sustain the success you have achieved. One of the major causes of fear of success is lack of knowledge. When you have not acquired the prerequisite, the adequate knowledge to sustain yourself at that level, what happens? The moment you hit that level of success, you're already anticipating the failure. You are naturally attracting it to yourself. And before you know it, you are back to the 50,000. You are back to the 100,000. You are back to the person you used to be. A CEO, I watched an interview on Saturday. A CEO was being interviewed and he was asked, what are the qualities, differences between a manager and a leader? He mentioned so many things, and he said that majorly most people who become business executives don't become business executives. They become chief sales officers. And I'm like, what does this man mean by this? What it means is this. The things that got you to this level may not be enough to keep you at that level. The things that brought you to 500,000 may not be enough to keep you at 500,000. You need to become more. You need to know more. You need to overcome some fears. So having been able to identify these things, I want to ask you, of all the things you have in front of you that stop you from taking action, what is the biggest among them? What scares you the most about our business? What is that thing that you remember that every time it comes to your mind, it stops you from taking action? What is that thing that the moment it dawns on you, the moment it comes around you, the moment the thoughts are all in your mind, they stop you from taking action? I want to see your comment in the chat room. What is that thing that stops you from taking action in the business? The economic situation, the fear of rejection. What are those things that stops you, that is the strongest for you? What is that thing that stops you maintaining success? Now, I want you to understand this morning. I want you to get this. You see that fear that you are nurturing. You see that thing that stops you from taking action. You see that entity, that false illusion, false expression, that false thing that appears so real in front of your mind that stops you from taking action. It comes to fulfill either of two purposes. I want you to listen to this. It comes to fulfill either of two purposes. The purpose number one of fear is what? To stop you. To stop you. Stop you what? Why does it come to stop you? To stop you from becoming the person 2 years from now. There is a person of Ozioma. There is a person of Obiora. There is a person of Chikodri 2 years from today. That person of 2 years from today is what that fear wants to stop, not you of today. The you of today, no. Let me give you an example. Two scenarios. Number one, why did King Herod kill all children from 2 years and below? Who knows? Why did King Herod kill all the children from 2 years and below? Why did he do that? Why did he do that? Why did King Herod give an ultimatum that all children from 2 years and above should be murdered? After he waited for the 3 wise men, they didn't show back up, and he gave an order. All these people should be slaughtered. All children from 2 years down, kill all of them. He knows that baby Jesus cannot rule. Can a baby rule? A baby cannot rule now. A baby cannot climb a throne. A baby does not even, the only thing concerning a baby is eat, sleep, poop, eat, sleep, poop. That's the only thing a baby understands, cry. Look at what he does not understand. That's all the baby knows. So Herod was not scared of baby Jesus. King Herod was scared of the King Jesus. King Herod was scared of the person that will grow to become a king, that will take over his kingdom, that will come and challenge him and take his kingdom. That's what he was scared of. So he wanted to stop the king, the person that he feels will become the king in future. That's why he gave that instruction. Kill all of them. Let the baby not even grow and become the king. The fear of the future. He was envisaging a future where he's no longer king. That's why he killed all children in that age. He could envision it. He could see it. Ladies and gentlemen, the fear you nurture is not stopping you today because of you of today. The fear or your nurture is stopping you from taking those actions because of the person you will become tomorrow. So what does this tell you? As you pick up that phone to make a call, as you are seeing that prospect and you want to prospect them, and you stop jumping up and down. Understand something. It's not trying to stop you of today. No, now. What are you today? Who am I today? What have you achieved? He's trying to stop you because he knows that if you prospect that person, if you make that call, this person can become an eight-figure earner. This person can become that person that dominates an entire country. This person can become that person that makes 10 million, 12 million, 15 million every month. And then, hey, I beg, and then the fear will try to stop you. Why did Jonah try to run away? Listen to this. Why did Jonah run away? In fact, he actually ran. Did Jonah run away when he was sent by God? Go and talk to people of Nineveh. Better go and talk to them. Why? How will I go to Nineveh and tell them? Why will it be me? I beg go. I don't want to go. Maybe his mind is thinking, if I go there and talk to these people, they will swallow me. They will not accept the word of God. I don't want to go. I beg. Leave me. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go through that pain. I beg. And he was running. God said, come back here. Where are you running to? Come on. You should throw him inside the sea. The cast lot, he fell on him. Why did he fall on him? So understand, see, the devil was afraid of not the present Jonah. The present Jonah is the Jonah that is afraid. The Jonah that did the work God wanted to do, that's the Jonah that the devil did not want. So he put in him that fear. Guy, run, are you sure when you go there, they will listen to you? So some of us who know the latter part of that story, that brings me to the second thing that fear does. Fear either stops you, or it does what? Or it builds you. Fear either stops you, or it what? It builds you. That's what it does. Because as he ran away, take Jonah for instance, he ran away and was running. He was thrown into the sea, fish swallowed him. When he came out of the fish mouth, if you go and read that passage, that part of the Bible, you understand how Jonah preached the. He was not telling these people. They read the story. Jonah was talking with the audacity with which he was talking. He was telling them, you have but 40 days. Go and read it, you'll find out. He was telling them, you have but what? 40 days. You will be destroyed unless you repent. He was not telling them, turn out from you, no, stop doing it. You have but what? 40 days. What has happened? After going and overcoming that fear, or being forced to overcome that fear, it built his muscle. Oh, see, when you overcome the fear of rejection, I tell you, see, when you stand and speak, people will be like, what is in this man? What is in this young woman? I can't imagine that this woman that we know to be so timid and introverted can stand today and lead a nation. It builds you. It builds your muscle. It gives you the tenacity to become the woman, the man of the moment. It builds you. So the thing is this. What will you allow fear do for you to stop you from becoming that person 2 years from today who earns in 8 figures? Or for you to build you to be that person who truly earns in 8 figures? Because I tell you, by the grace of God, 2 years will meet us. End of 2023 will meet us. End of 2024 will meet us. More 20,000 multi-millionaires will be created. How many of them will be in your team? How many of those multimillionaires would you say, looking back, that I was so scared of thought, I allowed the economic situation in 2023 to stop me. I allowed the fear of losing acceptance from my friends. I allowed, at the end of this challenge, what will I say? Stopped me from emerging as an emerging cell leader. What did I allow to stop me from emerging as a kingsman? Or will you tell yourself, I overcame that fear and I emerged? I have built the muscles, the right chops to become that person that achieved the success. So I ask you again, what is the thing that scares you the most in this business? What is that thing that scares you the most in this business? Whatever it is that scares you most in this business, as I begin to close this meeting, I want to give you certain things, certain tips that will help you to overcome those fears. Are you ready to learn that? I'm about to give you certain tips that will enable you to overcome those fears. Are you ready to learn that? Are you ready to find out those tips that will enable you to overcome those fears? Are you ready to find out those things that will help you to overcome those fears? What are those things that will help you overcome those? Number one, you need to stop living in denial. You need to own up to it and tell yourself, up until this point, I have been afraid of being rejected. Up until this point, I have been afraid of losing acceptance by my girlfriend, by my boyfriend, by my father, by my mother, by my brothers, by my colleagues. I have, all this while I have been, yes, that's the truth. All this while I have been afraid of what becomes of the economy, and it has stopped me from taking action. That has been my reality. I want you to own it up. I want you to tell yourself, until today, up until this moment, that has been my reality. That has been the thing stopping me. Own up to it. Accept it for what it is. Don't just stop living in denial that you have not been afraid. No, it will not serve you right. It will not help you to deal with it. Become aware and own it. That's the very first thing. The second thing is this: list those fears out. What are those things that you are afraid of doing in the business? What are those things that stop you from doing the things you know you should do in the business? Is it the fear of prospecting because you don't want to be rejected? Is it the fear of sending text message because you don't want your friends to tell you, so this is what you are into now? Is it the fear of making a call because you don't want them to tell you, I have heard about that thing before, I beg, don't call me again? Is it the fear of presenting and they tell you, so I know from the beginning, I knew this is what it is, and nobody signed up? What is that? And list them out. I want you to list them out. Please don't think what I'm telling you are practical things you should do. List them out. List them out. Number three, when you list them out, you have to make up your mind, I am ready to deal with them. No, I am ready to put an end to this fear of rejection. I am ready to make this morning the last morning that fear will stop me from taking action. I am ready to do it. I am ready. I am set. This is not me saying I am ready because I am told to say I am ready. I am ready because I am truly ready. Today is just the day for me. Let me tell you this. At the end of this meeting, if it's just 5 people, if it's just 10 people that have made up their mind to say, I'm ready, my mission this morning is achieved, very much achieved. That no, I have allowed this thing. I have given this fear so much power that it is now more powerful than me, than my goals. I have become so afraid of fear that I am now less afraid of a life without having the best things of life. I am so afraid of being rejected rather than being more afraid that I will not live my dream life. I will not drive my car of my choice. I will not travel to choice places. I will not give the best things of life to people that matter the best for me. I want you to make up your mind that I am dealing with it, that you are dealing with it. Now, when you make up your mind to deal with it, I want you to talk about it. Don't keep it within yourself. Don't feel that you alone have the right ability to deal with it. No, don't do that. You don't have the muscle. The reason why it has overcome you all this while is because you, within yourself, part of it is that you feel that by yourself you can muscle it out. No, you have not been able to muscle it out. Don't think that overcoming it will become simpler because you made up your mind. It will give you the energy, but it is not enough. But I want you to be careful here, and I want you to listen very well to me. Don't talk about your fears to people you don't trust. Let me say that again. Talk about your fears only to people you trust with your life. And I mean every single one of this. If you talk about your fears to your enemies, they will use it against you. So, see, I promise you that. You are not even asking them, because talking about it, voicing it out, helps you to actually bring them to the forefront. It's a way of healing away from them. I tell you, those people will use it against you. They will remind you of your weakness. They will stand on it and use it to trample on you. You don't need that negative energy added to what you're trying to deal with. So be careful who you talk to it about. Be very careful. Choose wisely. Now, I tell you this. If you cannot find around you, some of us, some people may not find the person that they can trust with their life and talk about their fears. Don't lose hope. Talk to God about it. Talk to God. Whenever I want to make call, I'm so afraid. Whenever I want to reach out to someone, I fear they will reject me. I bet you, talk to God about it. If you know how you will talk to a friend about it, please talk to God about it. Take a time in the camp, choose an environment, talk to God about it. Put a chair in front of you, assume God to sit there and to him about it. It is better. In fact, that's the best thing you can do. I tell you, don't go to that point where trying to heal becomes a time that you get more devastated. So be careful who you talk to about your fears. And let me tell you this. Don't talk to anyone about your fears if the people do not support what you are doing. What do I mean by supporting what you're doing? There are people around you who may not even be in the business, but because you decided to be hell-bent into the business, they are there with you. You come back at the end of the day and they tell you, I am proud of you, well done. How did the game go? They said, they rejected me. They said, don't mind those people. I'm sure tomorrow you'll find a better one. Those are the kind of people you to about your fears. They may not be in the business, they may be in the business, but you understand. Don't talk about your fears to somebody who has made themselves your competitor. No, don't do that. Don't do that. They will work against you. They will try to find a way to use it to bring you down because they feel that by putting off your candle, their own light will shine better. Don't go to those people. So talk about it, you must. You need to. You need to speak about it. You need to voice it out. And I want to say this more to the men. Women are so good to talking about their fears. They are so good at talking about it. But guys, we always like to own it up. Please talk about it. Talk about it. Yes, I'm talking to the men here. Talk about it. Don't bottle it in and feel it's fine. It's not fine. It's stopping you from taking action. Talk about it. It's not out of place for you to fear that a guy will reject you. Talk about it. It's not out of place that you are scared of climbing the stage. Talk about it. It's not out of place. It's not shameful. Talk about it. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. Don't be ashamed. Talk about it. But like I said, talk about it to someone you trust. Do we understand what I'm saying? I don't know if somebody is getting what I'm saying. I don't know if someone is getting what I am saying. Talk about it. Don't bottle it in there. and feel it. Just talking about it brings it out from the core where it bothers you the most. Do we understand this? Do we understand this? And then as you talk about this, talk about it, there is another thing you need to do. You need to stop thinking and take action. Stop thinking they will reject you. Go out there and prospect. Yes. Stop thinking about making the call. Make the call. Stop thinking about prospecting. Prospect. Stop thinking about presenting. Present. Stop thinking about following up. Tell that number and damn the consequences. Tell yourself, what the hell? Let whatever will go loose, let it go loose. Take action. Just take action. Do it. Like, just do it. Do it. I don't have all the knowledge, my brother. Do it. Be ready to review and correct and get better. Stop thinking about the activity. Do the activity. Thinking about it. We think so much about it that the fear now capitalizes on it. Stop thinking about the action. Do the action. Take the action. Act on it. Stop thinking. Dress up, go and prospect. Dress up, show somebody. Do it. Just do it. Do we understand this? As you begin to take action, I want you to choose the hardest and do it first. If the thing you fear the most is prospecting, and once you prospect, it's easier for you to invite, start prospecting first. Make it the activity you do for this week. All this week, I am going to prospect. I'm going to start making my booking calls by Friday. I'm going to book on Friday, but all this week, you see this fear of being prospecting. I must prospect today. That's the thing that I find the hardest. I'm going to do it. Start with the hardest. Why do you need to start with the hardest? If you are eating granuts, the granite with shells, and as you're sifting through the granite and picking and breaking the shells, has it occurred to anyone that when you break the granite with the hardest shell, breaking the other shells become easier? What happens? You have dealt with the worst. So you're more like telling them, bring it on, I've seen the worst. So when you handle the hardest thing you fear most, the other things become a walk in the park. So start with the hardest, okay? And last but not the least, be thankful. Be thankful that you are willing to make a decision. Be thankful that you decided that these are the things that are disturbing me. Be thankful that you could even voice it out. Be thankful that someone listened. Be thankful that you trusted God. You trust God enough to pour it out to him. He knows your heart, but he said, ask and you shall receive. He knows why he said you should ask. He knows what he knows. Even before you say it, he knows. But he wants you to say it. So say it. Be thankful that you were able to summon the courage to talk about it. Be thankful that you have a solution already at hand. And that solution started coming by you being in this cell meeting in the first place. Be thankful. Let me tell you something about gratitude. Gratitude is like a magnet. The more grateful and thankful you are, the more grateful and thankful you will become, because many more things to be grateful and thankful will be given to you. Ladies and gentlemen, great achievers, you have what it takes to overcome the fear. You have what it takes to be the best version of yourself. That you of 2 years to come is awaiting you. It's already there, waiting. That's speaking to you at this point, telling you, don't be afraid. I know you can do this. Imagine yourself, seeing yourself 2 years from now, and that yourself 2 years from now is saying, don't be afraid. I know you can do this. Take action. I know you can do this. Take action. You've got it inside of you. Action. I can't wait for you 2 years from now for us to enjoy the benefits that comes from the actions that you will take today. And I tell you, with God on our side, I cannot wait to celebrate you as you overcome that fear Become the person who emerges in the I Emerge project. Become the person who becomes the next Kingsman. Become the person who becomes the next emerging cell leader. Become the person who emerges the next Fortune 500K. Become the person who emerges the next Amazon ambassador. Become the person who emerges the next millionaire. Become the person who emerges the next eight-figure earner. That is my wish for you. That is my prayer for you today, that you overcome that fear and be the next big thing that happens in our world. That's my message for each and every one of you this morning. I don't know so many of you who are already stepping away from the fear. I don't know so many of you who are already taking a new self even before I get to this point in this meeting. I don't know many of you who have been drawn back. I wanted to go to this location and expand, but I've been afraid of taking the lead. And with this, by the happening of this cell meeting this morning, have told themselves, you know what the hell, I'm already there. I'm already setting the meeting up. I'm already doing the things. That's me. I don't know you, but I will know 1 month from today. I will know 6 months from today. I will know 1 year from today that you are the person who made the decision to stop being afraid. Did you get value? Are you empowered to take over your day, your week, your month, your life? I want you to rise up to the occasion, because right within you, you have all it takes to rule the world. Not just your world. Right within you, you have what it takes to rule the world. Okay? Oh, it's already 9:19. I don't want to say I'm sorry for keeping you. I will say I am glad I kept you. I am glad I kept you to this point to empower you. And I hope this helps you to be the best version of yourself. Very quickly, I can see Mr. Adonis in front here. Mr. Adonis, what word do you have for great achievers before we wrap it up?
Okay, good morning, great achievers. Good morning, Gam. I don't have much to say, but the truth is that you spoke to my body, mind, and soul this morning. And what I can advise, or what I can tell every great achiever that was privileged to be in this meeting is go back. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel of GAM, try to subscribe today. You know, most of the time when we hear things once, we don't believe it so much. They say what you repeatedly hear is what you eventually believe. I want us to go back again. Play this maybe in the night, maybe 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in your quiet time, and listen carefully in between the lines. Because there are lots that there are a lot that he said today that really we are missing out, or many things that are stopping a lot of us from taking action of doing the needful. The first thing he shows was that beautiful car. And I tell each and every one of us, we have all the potential to achieve that car. He said with an income of 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, those things can become our reality. It can become your reality too. But you first need to overcome fear. You must first let go or face the fear of the fears that you're having for you to have that dream lifestyle that you want. Thank you so much, Gam. God continue to bless you, and God continue to bless you and keep you for us as we learn from you and also put into practice what you tell us. Thank you very much, and God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much. On my first screen here, who do I still have here? Okay, I think I can see you top by I saw you now. Where you disappear? Go. Okay. Aha. Okay, very quickly, what word do you have for great achievers before we wrap it up?
Thank you so much, the Great Achievers Mentor, for this morning. It was as if I was under a deep preaching. I got a new strength, and I can just imagine what this cell meeting has done to so many people, especially the part where you mentioned where you spoke to men. I know a lot of men here. You feel it's bad to be afraid, or it's bad to express your vulnerability, that you are afraid to do some certain things when it comes to this business. You feel it's bad to feel bad. No, it's not. You need to speak out. You need to talk to someone. You need to talk to God. If you don't have anybody to talk to God. Express your fears so that you can overcome them. If you don't express these things, we may not be able to overcome them, and we keep living in the denial of the things that should have come to us. This very part it got me differently this morning, and I want every one of us, just like our leader Adonis has said, please go back to this video, go back to it. Don't even listen to it in the afternoon. Go back to it, maybe 12 a.m., in the morning. Listen to it, just you and you alone. I believe this can help you to start afresh with a new strength and pick your business, to another level. Once again, thank you so much, Gam. God keep you for us. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for those words. Amen to the prayers. Okay, make woman talk, not only man there. Ronti, can you hear us? What word do you have for great achievers? I think you'll be the last person. We need to close before the next minute.
Okay, good morning, Gam. Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for the words of wisdom today. I think for me, what got to me was that losing acceptance. And I think while you were talking, my mind went back to the first time I showed my siblings the business. And at that point, it didn't really make sense to them. None of them joined the business till I think like 2 years later. And fast forward today, the truth is many of those people who didn't accept the business today have become proud of me. Of course, many of us also listened to Chikamso's story, what her mom said when she decided to run full-time and all that. If she had listened to her mom, she would not become that child that they have become proud of. So the next time you're thinking, what would they think? Just remember that when your glory shows forth, nobody doubts proofs. So just do what you have to do and see you at the top shortly. Thanks so much, Cam.
Thank you very much. Okay, guys, that's why we'll wrap it up for today. We're really behind schedule now. I need someone to help us post the discipline affirmation. As we go through the discipline affirmation, please say those words from your heart. I want you to say those words from your heart, not just recite it. Don't recite it. I want you to go to the chat room and say the words from your heart while we go through the affirmation. Mean it, speak it out to the world, speak it out to the universe, and believe that that is who you are, okay? Lukman Usman, are you a Muslim? Unmute yourself. If you are, kindly lead us with the affirmation and closing prayers.
Good morning, everyone, great achievers. This is my first time to speak in this house, so
Welcome.
Thank you very, very much. Very unfortunate, my network has been dangling since it's just this last minute. I think is within 9:11 I joined. So all I have is I'm a brother here. I see a lot of people. I'm very, very exciting. So I have not much to say than to thank God being in this business.
Okay, thank you very much. What we'll do is this, before noon today, by God's grace, I'm going to upload this training to my YouTube channel. So you can, I'll send the link out in the groups. Like the leaders have advised, make sure you go through them. Like it will give you everything you miss. You can download it even and watch it at your own times. Okay, share it. Now, what I also found out, this training can also help people who are not even in this business. You can share this with friends. Yeah,
it's all right.
a lot of people out there have lost hope in life. Trust me.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Okay, so can you help us with the affirmation? Do you know how to recite our affirmation?
No, sir.
Okay, so thank you. Let's get someone else that will help us do that. Do we have another Muslim here? Muslim in the house, raise your hand now. You people are here. I know you guys. Oh, yeah. Usman, only you they talk every time. Okay, let's use Aminu Isa. Aminu Isa, unmute yourself.
Okay, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Aminu. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. So,
Go ahead, Aminu. Start.
okay, sir. Who am I?
I am in
I
control
am
of
in
my
control
behavior.
of
my behavior.
Who am I?
I get my goals finished no matter how I feel.
No matter how I feel.
Who am I?
I am in charge of my own outcome.
Who am I?
I can do anything.
anything.
I've got the stamina to keep going.
I've got
I
the
have got
stamina
the
to keep
stamina
going
to
no
keep
matter
going,
what.
no matter what.
Who am I?
My
My
willpower
My
exceeds any
willpower
exhaustion I may
any
face.
Any
exhaustion.
exhaustion I may face.
Who am I?
When I set
When
goals, I achieve them.
I achieve them.
Let's come again. Who am I?
When
When I set goals, I achieve them.
achieve them.
Who am I?
I believe in myself enough to follow through.
True.
Who am I?
Nobody can hold me back, not even my own doubts.
My own doubts.
Let's come again. Who am I?
Nobody can hold me back, not even my own
Not even my
doubts.
own doubts.
Who am I?
I owe it to myself to overcome.
Conquer.
Who am I?
I am full of motivation.
Motivation.
Let's come again. Who am I?
I am full of motivation.
Motivation.
Who am I?
With God on my side, I am unstoppable.
Unstoppable.
Let's come again. Who am I?
With God on my side, I am unstoppable.
With God on my side, I am unstoppable.
صلوا على النبي الكريم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت وباركت ورحمت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman. I wish each and every one of us the best of this week. Make it count, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.